Hi, good morning. This is Simran. Hi, good morning. I hope we can see some of you who've joined in for the live today.
Hi, my name is Arjun.
So Arjun and I are here today and we are going to show you some stuff which is very easy to do at home. And I think this is what are we going to make? We are going to actually do some very yummy and healthy cookies. Okay, so Arjun, we will show everybody here first the ingredients, alright? And then Arjun is going to help me mix today and then he's going to put the cookies, yes. And will you shape the cookies for us? I'll shape the cookies. All right. And what we'll also do is we'll give you an idea about how some of these things can actually be used to create a variation. So we can make a sweet form. We'll show you sweet form. But there's also a way in which with the same ingredients, after excluding a couple of them, we can make a savory one also. All right. So first, I'll quickly give you we'll give them a quick look at ingredients. Okay. Would you like to help, Mama?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll just let you have a quick look at the ingredients. As we've already shared, you can see there is ghee here, right? Arjun, this is jaggery?
Jaggery.
Yeah, so we have atta here, which is whole wheat. Okay, and we have oats. We have dry roasted. Then we have... can you see? Yeah, we have the dates and walnuts and we have a little bit of milk to put it together and we have a mixing bowl. Now, what we're going to show you today really then is we're showing you the healthy date and walnut cookies. For those who don't have dates and walnuts at home, you can use almonds. Okay? Badam, yes, we can use badam, which is almonds. For those who don't nuts at all, you can simply just use these 4 ingredients, kishmish, yes. So any dry fruits, any seeds also if you want. But essentially these 4 ingredients are important, which will help you create a lot of, which are the 4? These 4. So you have oats, atta, again for a reminder, we have oats, oats flour which is dry roasted and ground to a fine powder. You can keep it roughly ground also. We have whole wheat. We have gur, which is jaggery powder, and we have ghee. Okay, so instead of ghee, you can also, when you make a savory version, you can also actually use oil.
Walnut and that is healthy.
Yeah, walnut and dates are very healthy. So we'll start mixing now. So first we'll put the gurs, okay? Yeah, okay. It's very nice. So now we will put this. What is good? And we will, Arjun, can you start mixing the chip?
Yeah, I want to put.
Okay, you can put the ghee, okay? So we're going to start putting the ghee now, okay? And the proportion shared, but we'll share the blog link also with you to give you an idea of the proportions. While here we're using 4 or 5 tablespoons of ghee, okay, and we're using about 3/4 cup of jaggery. You can actually adjust the jaggery because the jaggery the sweet is quite sweet. So what you can do is you can actually start mixing under. Look at this. You can actually start reducing the jaggery if you have dates which are very sweet. Okay. So I can mix. Yeah, very nice, very nice. So what we're doing is we're mixing the jaggery and the ghee together. Okay. So that it all comes together. Okay. So what we'll do is now we're going to add the flours. Okay. So you want to put the flours at it slowly? The full thing. Full thing. Now you can mix it. Start mixing. Okay. Start mixing it nicely.
We have the thing to remove from the sides.
Yeah. We have this spatula. So what's like this? Scrape it down. Yeah, scrape it down and do it. Okay, you scrape it down and you can mix it with the spatula also if you want it, if it's easier.
Yeah.
Okay, or with a fork. Sometimes jaggery and I'm just removing this, okay? I'll remove this. Keep it aside. Okay? Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, now we'll put the
Full.
Yeah. This is half cup. So we had 1 cup of whole wheat flour and this is half cup of oats. If you don't have oats, you can actually just use whole wheat. So the idea is to work with simple ingredients which are available in most households and yet they are healthy. And also to save time, so not really have complicated, long-drawn recipes because this can be done actually with children. So it's quite easy to just do it with the children. Now what we're going to do is, now if you see we'll show the mixture to everybody, Arjun. We'll just, rub it down a little so that it mixes well.
Now let me show.
Just 1 minute, Arjun. Just 1 minute. Let me just rub this down nicely so that...
taken here.
Yeah, we have to explain.
Now what?
Okay, so now we're going to put the dates and walnuts. Okay. Yeah. So now again, dates and walnuts we'll use as much as we we need. So you can use, like I said, you can use almonds. Okay. You can also use a fork. Yeah, kishmish. What else? You want to use a fork?
No.
That might not mix that well. We will just clean this up.
Even on the fork.
Yeah. Now just mix it like this. Okay. Then the milk. Yeah. So the mixture can be a little, okay. Before we add milk, a little bit of advice. The mixture can be a little dry for some people, or it can be coming together already for some people, because of the kind of brand of whole wheat you use. Usually, because whole wheat absorbs a lot of moisture and the texture of the ghee that you're using. Okay. So depending on those two factors, take a decision. Do not add too much of milk. Add only that is needed to bring the dough together. Because adding too much of, that's okay. That's okay. Adding too much of milk is not something that will it reduces the shelf life. It also makes the thing too soggy. Just 1 minute. I will just let's see now. Yeah, we should not put full, Arjun. We'll put very little at a time. Okay, because Mama will tell you how much to put. Just put little. First, that's it. Okay, so now we'll just hand mix it quickly just to bring the dough together. Remember, this is not the roti dough, so don't knead it. Okay, just bring the dough together. Okay, and that's enough, Arjun. That we can keep aside. So typically in this whole set, we've really just added 1 tablespoon, of milk. What we're going to now do is, shall we shape it? Arjun, can you give me the tray here, please? That one? Yeah. Would you like to shape it with Mama, or should Mama show it? Okay. Can you show them the dough once it comes together? So this is. Can you show them in the video? Yeah. So this is the dough that gets formed after it is actually come together. So it gives you an idea of the real texture. It will come together like maybe a dough that you may have used for sweet. Some people make sweet parathas, so it looks like a little like that. What we really need to do is, you can use cookie cutters if you want. The only thing with cookie cutters is that it's a great activity, and kids enjoy cutting those shapes. So we have so many cookie cutters, right? So we decide on the shape and we do it. So we can do that, or we're making the cookies first and then we chew them. So what we're going to do is now, so you can shape them right now, because we're trying to show you something which will be easy and quick to do. You can actually shape them like this, okay, into small rounds, and keep them on a baking tray which you've already prepared. Okay. Yeah. So first let us shape some more cookies and keep them on the baking tray ready for making. Would you like to show how to shape them? Huh? Should we do that?
I want to show that.
The baked one, we'll show them. Wait, first let's show them how to shape it first, okay? The other
thin one.
Yeah. No, we will. Yeah, so we'll show that as well. So what we're going to do is a couple of words of caution again, because you're using, for some of you who are actually using jaggery maybe for the first time, or have used it in baking. Jaggery burns very fast. It caramelizes very fast. So you have got to keep a very close watch on your cookies when you're baking. So 12 to 13 minutes of baking time at 160 degrees is what I have suggested, but that is basis my oven. If your oven, actually you must know your oven very well. The oven temperatures can vary from oven to oven. So you have to keep a check on that, and you may need fewer minutes or more minutes. But in the case of cookies, unlike in cakes, you can't really open the oven in the middle. But in case of cookies, you can actually do it. So please make a quick check of the oven and at temperatures, one, and second, when you're baking the cookies, make a check of checking after maybe 5 to 6 minutes that the jaggery is not burning and coming out or caramelizing. Otherwise, the cookies can turn bitter. So what we are doing is we've shaped them here for you to have a look, and them allow them to cool absolutely thoroughly. So you need to keep them on a wire rack once they are baked, and keep them maybe even if it takes a few hours through a wire rack. Why we keep them on a wire rack is it allows the air get the cookies which are baked already, so allow them to get cooled off from either side to cool them off, and at the end, once they're cool, Arjun can show you the baked cookie, and Arjun, you can break it also and show them the texture in the center. So slowly, yeah. So what you'll see is they're slightly chewy and slightly crumbly. Okay, so that's how they will look at the end of your baking. That happens. If you see some of these colors, I'd like to show you a little bit about, Arjun, can you hold it for me? I'll explain it. Leave this. Can you hold this for me? And I'll show them this. I want to show them the caramelization of the jaggery. Take it closer. Yeah, so this is the caramelization that I'm talking about. So this is not burnt, but this is how it will look when the jaggery is actually cooked through. But if it burns, it will actually become black dots all through, and it will seep onto your baking tray. So be very careful of that. Yeah, so these are soft, and they'll be soft and chewy cookies. Easy to break. And in the same pattern, what I'd also like to explain to you is a little bit about something very critical, that these are flours which I had readily available at home, and I think it's important to use what you readily have available at home instead of stepping outside at this point in time and trying to source groceries that will fit in. So the idea of this session also is to to encourage you to spend this time at home with the children. This is a good time to initiate them to different things that they may not have eaten, and help them understand how we can work with limited resources at home. One more way of explaining the one more idea of baking with the cookies which we had. If you don't want to make something sweet, what you can do is we can tell them that we can have a non-sweet. No, we'll show them this dough. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have oats. You remember we used oats, we used whole wheat, we used ghee, okay, and we used jaggery. Those are the 4 core ingredients. Now if you remove the jaggery, all right, you have the 3 core ingredients, which is oats, whole wheat, and gur, right? Actually just add any puree that is left with you. So you can have spinach puree, right? We have pumpkin puree, we have sweet potato, right? So we have all of that. Use any leftover puree, okay, and start making the dough. Add a little bit of salt, and add what we've done is, Arjun, can you show them the black sesame seeds closely from here? Take it there, yeah. Keep this, okay. Take it there and show it. Yeah. So we have used black sesame seeds because again these are available. Yeah, show it in your hand. So yeah. You can show it, okay. So that what we've done is we've used black sesame because they are healthy, okay. And I wanted to, in the savory one, I wanted to put we can put it back in this. I wanted to put seeds. So you can use any seeds that are available. Again, they're healthy. This is also for parents who don't want to use nuts, right? For parents who want a dairy-free version, don't use ghee. If you're using nut butters, then use almond butter. If you're not using hold this glass. If you're not using almond butter, then use oil. Very careful with the oil again because we're talking about savory dough and we're talking about baking. Please use oil which has a high smoking point. Please use oil which is not which does not disintegrate, and please use a flavorless oil. So cold pressed oils like the coconut oil are very good. Olive oil is being used and touted as a healthy oil, but very important to remember that some versions of olive oil will break down at high temperatures. Please do not use them in your baking without actually doing those checks that which version are you using. The safest options will be to use cold pressed oils because they're healthy, and oils like sunflower or coconut oil which are wood or cold pressed. So here you see the dough which we have made. We've done the same process. But what we've done is we've really just mixed the 3 ingredients together. We've mixed oats, whole wheat, and salt first, the dry stuff. Then we've added the puree and the oil or the ghee. Okay, and this is the dough, and what you do is you really need to, these kids really enjoy doing it. We've cut it, in the last night, my little girl and myself, we cut it with a pizza cutter. So we bake them as sticks. Instead of making them round cookies, we bake them as sticks. Okay, and Arjun, you can break and show them the texture so they have an idea. Okay. It's only broken. Yeah, one of them is broken. So it's very crisp, Arjun. Is it crisp and crunchy? How is it?
Hard.
A little hard. right? So it's like a crispy, stick to eat. So what we do, like cheese sticks. See, so that's what, and we haven't even used cheese. So the idea is to, give these options to children with the same set of, ingredients, and also to do one savory and one sweet, and do two different textures. So you have a crunchy texture and you have a chewy cookie. So, this is something that, we do very frequently at home, right? And yeah, some people are saying thank you, Arjun. Okay. So that's what we wanted to show, and we also wanted to, spend this time, answering if you have any questions regarding whatever we've shown so far, right? And any other things in healthy baking. So, is there anything that people have a question on right now? What we showed? Did some of you bake along? Okay, so we'll look forward to seeing some of you actually baking okay, so somebody's missed the measurements, so we'll send the measurements across to you as well. But what I wanted to kind of just briefly also take you through in terms of measurement is we did 1 cup of kavita whole wheat flour. We did half a cup of oats flour. We did 3/4 cups of jaggery, which we reduced, and we can reduce if we use dates and walnuts, which are sweet. And we used 4 to 5 tablespoons of ghee. So that's what we used. And finally, we've just brought that together, and we've added dates and walnuts. And in the savory version, again, the proportions are the same. So we've used the flour proportion is the same. So we've used 1 cup of flour, which is atta, whole wheat, whole grain, and we've used half a cup of oats. We used 4 to 5 tablespoons of ghee, which can also be replaced. Like I said, if you're using oil, you may need just 2 or 3 spoons of oil, and because you'll also get a lot of moisture from the puree that you're using. So you use a vegetable puree, anything that is left over, and we've put some seeds to make it savory. For the sweet dough, we've put in just 1 tablespoon of milk. That's optional depending on what your dough looks like. So take a call when you see the dough. And very important to remember, again, very, very important, like I said, to remember, do not knead the dough. It's not chapati dough. Do not knead the dough. And secondly, do not, let the jaggery burn. So be very careful when you're using jaggery. Yeah. So, do not make sure that you're watching your cookies. You can eat here also. You can watch there and eat also. So, you can make it as versatile as possible. Just try and make sure that, you follow the basics. Know your oven. Very important to know your oven. Okay. So, that's, essentially what we wanted to share with everybody. And we hope...
Can I
save it for later use. Yes, we'll save it for later use so that you can also, make sure that you watch it after the session is over. So, thank you so much for joining us today. Arjun, do you want to say something?
No.
You want to say thank you? Say thank you. Okay, thank you for joining us. He's busy eating the crunchy ones because he loves to eat the crunchy cookies. Okay, and we're very happy to have joined here. And thank you for your time, and thank you, Shumee Toys, for having us over. This is our first live together. We bake a lot together, but this is the first time Arjun and I are baking, online together. So it's a lovely and memorable opportunity for us. So thank you, and we'll save this. So have a great, week ahead, the rest of the week ahead, and keep watching the video. We'll save this as well.